Hey everyone, alright, I've got another light for us to check out today, and this time it's going to be the Olight M1T Raider. So this is a single cell CR123A, but it's actually a tactical light. So the way it functions, I'm going to say it's not just being marketed as a tactical light, I'm going to say it actually is a tactical light. So there's a US $quarter there, and that's about the size of it. And this is a through night T10T, which is a single double A cell. This is the titanium version of their T10 light, and I believe it's, you know, just a couple millimeters shorter than a regular T10. So that gives you a size comparison there. Obviously it's very compact, and you see the Olight went ahead and they're sticking with their concept of bidirectional pocket clip there. It looks like it does come off. I actually didn't try and take it off. I was keeping it clipped in my pocket. And we've got the smooth bezel there. I wouldn't say that's a deep reflector, but fairly deep. Of course, we got the Olight blue there, and it says Olight, as most of them do, and you got your serialization there. And like the M2T, there you go. It has an exposed button there, the tail switch. So it makes it a lot easier for activation there. Again, this is not marketed as a do everything everyday carry light. This is marketed as a compact tactical light. And you can see it's a little bit different from some of the other Olights. They've got a different type of knurling that they're going with here. They also had a AAA light that was a tail switch also that came out recently. I think it had the same kind of knurling on it. And again, I'll say it seems to do a pretty decent job. My hands are not super dry, but they're fairly dry, but it's still like it's pretty grippy right there in the middle. I'm not real worried about it coming out. You do have the lanyard hole there, and the battery is just in here, and unlike a lot of Olights, this one actually goes in button towards the bezel there. A lot of Olights that you would drop it straight in like that, but this one goes down like you would expect from others. You can notice the tail switch on the inside is a little bit different, and there's not a whole lot of threading in it. So I did take this to work for, I think, 2 days. No dust in it so far. But there's not a whole lot of threading, so this isn't something that in a super duper dusty environment, I wouldn't want to carry this all the time if I was going to not clean the threads out, you know, at least like once a month or so. But if you're going to do that, I'm going to say at this point it seems like it would be fine. As far as usage, the activation, it's very simple on this one. It's just simple 2 mode. So you got a little 5 lumen mode there. See, it's got a pretty broad hotspot, and if you can see, there actually is some spill, and then it's got that, and then it's got the high. So again, you can definitely see the spill there. Yeah, you can see it's not perfect smooth. It's incremental, but again, this isn't marketed as a, no offense to everybody, this isn't marketed as a EDC snob light. This is just a small, compact, tactical light. It really was inexpensive, and I don't know, the price may have come down a little bit since I got it, so I'll just put a link for it in the description there. But for the cost, it's really good, and the instructions do say it can take the RCR 123s, so your rechargeables, but the output levels are the same. Although the run times are significantly less. When you're using the switch, there's no mode memory. That's the only thing I think might be an issue for people, but I don't know. Maybe for if you're carrying it as a tactical light, I think some people would probably prefer that. And another thing to note is, since it is a tactical light, when it's actually switched on, you can't push the button to change modes. You actually have to click it off to change modes. And see, it's in high there, pushing the button, won't change. So if you want to change modes, you got to do the soft press. and it will keep going. So it's just those two modes. Pretty good so far. Really like it. The pocket clip it's stiff enough where it hangs on a pocket, but it doesn't feel like it's tearing up on a pocket. So I'm carrying it bezel down, so maybe I'm just lucky because you see it's the way it is there. If you carry it the other way, it's still kind of angled up, so it's not a straight clip. You know, you get that little bit of angle, kind of a ramp there. I think it'll be okay. Even getting in and out of a vehicle, you know, numerous times a day, I didn't have any problem with it coming out or with the pocket clip coming off, which I had with other lights. The RC05 comes to mind. The pocket clip kept coming off, and you know, fortunately the light dropped into my pocket, but still the pocket clip kept coming off. That did not happen with this light, not once. One time it did. I had it all the way up here, clipped, and my table just moved. That was awesome. I had it clipped all the way up here, and when I got out of the vehicle, you know, it was down to here. So it still had all of this that it was still clipped on, and that's your real tension down there anyhow. This is kind of, the rest of the space is just kind of adjusting the height of how you carry it. So no problems with that, and coming out, it comes out smooth off of the pocket, and it didn't feel like it was over tensioned or over gripping on my pants pockets. All right, so we're in a pretty dark room. What is that? That's my computer keyboard right there, I guess. And somewhere right about there, there's some blinds, and you can see it's pretty dark in here right now. So the low mode, M1T. So that's your low mode. That's my computer chair there. And can't really, I think on a decent screen, other than my video camera screen, you'll be able to see the spill. Oh yeah, you can definitely see it here. And there's that, so you can see that is definitely a computer chair there. See the light switch, see my network cable, my Uber network cable running job, and my little satellite radio antenna over there. So this light at 500 lumens, depending on what you're doing, is really bright enough to let you see good detail. And although it's fairly intense, the hotspot is pretty broad. But it does have a little bit of spill too. So it's focused enough to have intensity, because there's a lot of people that are using tactical lights that want to be able to shine it in somebody's eyes. It's bright enough to have enough intensity to probably take somebody's night vision from them for a couple of seconds. If you're any closer than this, it'll probably be at least 3 or 4 seconds, I would think. And yeah, my place is a mess. I just moved in a little while ago, but been working a lot, so it's going to take probably forever before I get it really straightened out. And but then the low mode is there, and so having it on, that's definitely worth noting. Having it on high for that long, I can feel that it did warm up, but just having my hand on the body of the light, even though I can tell there's a temperature difference, it's not actually hot. A lot of lights, when you're running them on turbo, they get hot pretty quickly, and you really don't want to touch the end. But even that low mode, you can see, is good enough for searching there. And you know, there's nothing there. That's your low mode. So it's definitely good enough for in a very dark area for helping you search a little bit there. And then you've always got the higher mode. So, all right, there's that. All right, we've got our M1T Raider here, and we want to do some waterproof testing since this is supposedly certified to IPX8. So it should be submersible. I was going to use my bathroom sink, but my AC just kicked on. Yeah, it's probably still somewhere around 95 or 100 degrees, even though it's late at night here. And the AC is right next to the bathroom sink, so we're going to use my kitchen sink here. Okay, so we're at about a minute here. I like to have it in a little bit deeper water, but of course the kitchen sink is a little bit bigger than a bathroom sink. It is completely submerged though, just to demonstrate there. So my finger is totally underwater. So it's not a lot, but it is sitting there. So Will it handle being dropped in the ocean? Probably not past 1 or 2 meters like it's certified for. But if you're out and about and you're taking your trash out to your dumpster like I did earlier tonight, and you drop it in a mud puddle or a water puddle, hopefully it's just clean rainwater puddle, because if you're next to a dumpster, gross. But you know, the light will survive. So all right, let's dry this thing off real quick. Okay, so Olight M1T Raider seems like it's done pretty good. Let's go ahead and do a couple of drop tests here. Screw it, let's just turn it on high. Okay, that's good. We checked it a couple times anyhow because we just turned it off. Did it just turn off? I think it hit the tail switch. Yeah, it hit right on the tail switch. All right, well, you're gonna expose tail switch and you drop it. I guess that's to be expected. Okay. And the good thing about this is I can see every speck of dirt on my floor. Okay, I thought that went between the ridge there. I was about to be worried. All right, so we did a couple drop tests there. So low mode, high mode, low mode, high mode. Looks like it's working after waterproof test and after drop testing there. So for the price, if you're looking for an actual tactical light, or maybe you don't care that it's tactical, maybe you just want something that's a little bit simpler operation than your 5 modes, or, you know, as much as I personally like Zebra Light, a lot of people really don't like all the different clicks that you can do on there, even though you don't have to. They're there, and for some people they get in the way. This is a very simple light. There are 1 mode lights out there, but this low mode really adds a lot of functionality to it. So where you can get a low mode, you know, low powered 1 mode light for a lot cheaper, yeah, but then you don't have the higher power for when you need it. And a lot of those aren't actually submersible. I'm thinking of the mini mag, like the Solitaire, or even the 2 AA cell. They aren't actually submersible, even though they do have good water resistance to rain. You know, they don't all come with the lanyard, the nice Olight lanyard like that. And this also did come with that Olight battery that I saw there. And they don't have the option of the higher powered rechargeable battery. In this case, the higher power doesn't matter, but I don't know. It's kind of nice to have the option of using 2 different ones. All right, guys, so that's it. This was not actually the tactical light that I was going to review, that I was planning on. I actually bought a Crimson Trace light, and it was working pretty well. It had similar function, but honestly, this little Olight function is a little bit smoother. But that Crimson Trace, as much as I wanted to review it and post it, it got dropped into a very large pit, like 20 foot deep, and there was about 50,000 pounds of dirt in that pit, and there's no ladder, and there's a conveyor belt at the bottom moving everything that's in there. So I saw it go down there and had my little Darth Vader moment, no, and that was the end of it. So, all right, guys, I know a lot of people wanted to check this little guy out. If you're looking for a tactical light or just a simple EDC light of any kind, this is not a bad choice. It actually seems to be a good quality product. I wouldn't really hesitate to buy it if I were you. Olight M1T Raider. Hopefully found this useful. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Leave any questions you have in the comments and I'll get back to you. All right, guys, take care. Bye.